Hello, hello, everyone. Excuse my tardiness, my 2 minutes of tardiness, but welcome to the new drug online release party. I was like, what is that delay? The delay is my laptop. That's uncomfortable. How about I just do something about that? How's everyone doing tonight, today, this morning, whatever it is, wherever you are? As you can tell, I did not get dressed up in the outfit of the artwork, and I gotta admit, it's because I'm totally jet lagged and totally tired. And the thought of like shaving and putting on all that makeup was just like, it made me like want to fall asleep already. So I hope that I'm dolled up enough. I hope I am presentable enough for all of you guys. If not, well, too bad. Too bad. That's what jet lag does to you. You just, it gets worse and worse with time, with age. I swear to God, I feel like every single time I have to deal with jet lag, I feel like I'm coming down off of drugs. It is absolutely terrible. Like my skin crawls, I get cold sweats, I have terrible, terrible muscle aches, like, ugh. And then you like wake up in the middle of the night and you have no idea where the hell you are, and you're just like, the fuck is going on? It is bananas. But I'm here. I'm awake as I possibly can be. Got myself a tiny little beverage. I hope you guys have your beverages as well. Today's the day. We're now like officially over the hump. We're now more than halfway through the 12 songs in 12 months project, which I think is really like hard to believe, considering I felt like this whole thing started just, I don't know, like 5-6 weeks ago. If you told me that like SEX came out 5 or 6 weeks ago, I would have been like, yeah, man, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, sounds about right. It's just unbelievable that it's now more than halfway through the year. Lord. Well, we've got 5 more songs left. And this whole thing has been going pretty well, if I do say so myself. What do you guys think? Did a lot of charting in iTunes. I mean, well, not for this one. It seems we're actually charting on iTunes right now, which is a little bit unbelievable, considering the fact that for some reason you could not pre-order the song on iTunes or Amazon anywhere or like anything like that, which is kind of crappy. But we're still charting. Not as high as like Gravity or Automaton or anything like that, but it's up there. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for buying it and being patient with, waiting for it to actually arrive in all the different platforms. Anyway, it's been a pretty successful year, I think. We've charted. We've literally doubled our Spotify listener count. We've almost doubled like our follower count. It's great. It's really, really cool. And I'm so grateful to all of you for believing in this ridiculous vision of mine, supporting it, hanging out with me every single month, tolerating all my weird artistic experiments. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. So cheers to being over the hill and to 5 more singles. So thank you all, and cheers to you. Cheers to all of you for being here with me on this incredible journey. So cheers. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I'm late, but I'm here now. Yeah, that's why. Don't worry. We don't usually get things really going until 5-10 minutes into the party, because obviously there are some people who are fashionably late, and I understand that. Whenever there's a party that I'm not throwing, I am always fashionably late. It's very important. So let's go to the chat, see what's cracking up in there. Damn, the red-black aesthetic is all across the room. Yeah, I mean, it's my thing, isn't it? I got my red. Wait. Well, when I scoot back, you can't see the carpet, but you can see the carpet. Wait, when I do this, there you go. There. We've got the red, black, and gray carpet. We've got the red and gray curtains. It's funny, I never thought about this. We got the red guitar pedal, the black Polyvox, the virus, which is of course red. I never thought about that. Sorry, red and black's my jam. I can't do anything about it. Even my in-ears are red. I am predictable, aren't I? You're still doing this even though you're jet lagged and your suit looks fine. Awesome. Thank you very much. I decided to go with the bow tie. I was thinking about like the sleek red automaton tie, like the 1960s, very, very thin black tie, but I don't know. I like the bow ties as long as I don't look like a waiter. I feel like sometimes the bow tie makes you look like a waiter, and that's not really the vibe I want to go for. But I think I did all right. Ooh, hey Daniel, the song is awesome, and I love the hat. I got this hat at H&M. Would you believe it? It's where a lot of my fashion comes from. Fast fashion, terrible fashion, exploitative fashion. I wish I could afford better stuff. I remember hearing Party Monster for the first time. Seems like only yesterday. That's right. But like I said, this whole thing, this whole year is just freaking flying by. And, you know, when I started this endeavor, I was like 2 months ahead, you know, so it was like I'd had SCX finished, I had Party Monster finished, and I was like, okay, I'm always going to stay 2 months ahead. But then by the time Automaton rolled around, I was not even close to 2 months ahead. I was like, you know, I was finishing that song with Reese just a couple of days before it had to be submitted to the distributor. So that was a bit naive on my part, thinking that things would be different. But that's just the way the music is. Like, everything is always last minute, go, go, go. I don't know. You keep telling yourself that you're going to be able to be more on top of things, but it's just not the way things work out, because despite your best intentions, despite how much planning you do, things have a way of getting delayed. You know, an idea or whatever it is you want to do that should only take like 24 hours, it ends up taking like 2 weeks. But I'm just kind of like letting myself succumb to the experience, not stressing, not worrying, just letting it happen. So, got my Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I like that. I like ice cream. Went to Salt and Straw while I was in LA, which is like my favorite ice cream joint. They got these like fresh made waffle cones. Pretty amazing. Unfortunately, though, like due to the current situation, like their Southern California manufacturing facility was closed, so they had to ship everything from up north. So from like the Bay Area, and they only had like half of their flavors in stock, which means they didn't have the almond brittle. I love almond brittle. I love it in ice cream. It is amazing, salty, sweet. It's the best, and they didn't have it. So I had to try something else. I had to get adventurous. I don't like getting adventurous when it comes to things that I know that I like. You know, you go to a restaurant, you go, do I try this new thing that sounds interesting and possibly be disappointed? Or do I eat this thing that I know that I love, that I know I will leave happy with? Human nature, man. Good evening, Daniel. I'm very satisfied with this new drug, your new song. But they are all amazing. Good drugs for life. Thank you so much, Katie Go. I'm glad that you guys like these songs. I mean, these songs have really sort of like run the gamut in terms of style, right? Like, and I didn't even think that I was going to be able to do that when this whole thing started. I was like, it's like, can I really switch it up and change styles like with every single song? And, you know, whether or not I've failed or succeeded at making good songs, I've certainly succeeded at making different songs. What is your favorite flavor? My favorite flavor is almond brittle with vanilla ice cream. It's good. It's the best. Hey, Daniel, what is your favorite song out of all your songs? Let's be real. Your songs are like your children. You hate them, even though you love them. No, you love them even if they're bad. So it's like, I can't choose a favorite song because it's like my kid. And they can't talk anymore today. I cannot choose a favorite song because it's like you can't choose a favorite child. And even if they're bad, you're sort of like obligated to love them equally and love them as much as maybe their siblings who are doing a lot better in life. So no, I don't really have a favorite. I love and hate them all equally. The sort of irony of being a creator is that you don't actually enjoy what it is that you do once it's done. It's like really all about the process. So, you know, for example, if I'm in a club, if I'm in a nightclub and my songs play, I leave. Or like, I don't leave the club, but I leave the room. So I either go to the smoking patio or the bar or what, you know, wherever I can go to avoid hearing the songs, because it makes me that uncomfortable to hear my own music when I'm done working on it. But don't forget, like, I've heard these songs probably more than anyone ever, like thousands of times. So like, I've had my fill. It's just, I can't really like enjoy them when they're out in the world. I just appreciate the fact that there are people who are enjoying them, right? Does that make any sense? Ooh, what is your favorite classic rock song? That is a difficult question. I would say Queen is probably my favorite classic rock band. But my favorite classic rock song might be from Led Zeppelin. But there's so many great Zepp songs to choose from. It's like Over the Hills and Far Away, Misty Mountain Hop. Oh, Misty Mountain Hop. The Ocean. It's also good. I love them all. Over 120 people watching. All right. I'll tell you what. How about we're like 15 minutes in. How about I shut my big yap and we listen to some new music? Let's check out a new drug for the people who have yet to hear it. If I can find it. There it is. All right, guys. Enough out of me. We're here to listen to music and hang out. So let's kick things off with my brand new single, A New Drug. It is out everywhere. Right now. Everywhere. All over the place. Every place that you can possibly think of.
Yeah, I want a new drug. a new drug.
There we go. Great. My whole spiel just utterly muted. All right. I will answer the question again, hopefully even better than I did the first time. Yeah, I always mute the mic when the song plays because you don't want like the mic to come through while the song is playing. So I'm a little bit rusty here. Forgive me. I haven't done like a live stream like this in a while. I'm not used to live streaming because I spent, a month in LA not doing any live streams at all. So forgive me. All right. The question was, it must be stressful to write and record a song every single month. And the truth is that it is incredibly stressful, but it's also been really, really eye-opening for me as an artist because it's just been a lesson in how to get out of my own way creatively because all the songs that I've spent months or even years writing are songs that never end up living up to the expectations that I have for them, right? It's like, I'll spend so long perfecting a song being like, okay, this is going to be like my magnum opus. This is going to be the greatest thing that I've ever created. And it falls flat. And I think there's something intangible about the songs that I create when I'm just not worrying about whether or not I'm creating my magnum opus, whether or not I'm creating my Bohemian Rhapsody, right? My most successful songs are the songs that I've spent like 3 or 4 weeks on. like at most. Obviously, you do your absolute best. You work your ass off and stress about them, while you're in that process, but you don't stop and go, oh, is this verse good enough? Is this chorus good enough, right? It's like you just do it. And there's so much to be said for that, because really just in the last couple of years, like first, my biggest song after Great Depression was Never Enough. I wrote Never Enough in 2 weeks. After that, it was Love Like Lies. I wrote Love Like Lies in like 5 weeks. And then after that, it was Rhythm Control. I wrote Rhythm Control in 2 weeks because I was writing it for another artist. And then all of a sudden that artist was like, yeah, I don't want the song. It's like, okay, so I'll finish it. And then I think the only song that I spent like a really lot of time like finessing that did really well was Gods and Gold. Gods and Gold's, I messed around with for a good 6 months trying to get like the arrangement right. But still, like I wrote it like all the core elements with Mick in like 45 minutes. And then, SCX, which is now the biggest Aesthetic Perfection song of my entire career, I wrote in 2 weeks. So it really is just all about getting out of your own way and just trusting your instincts and not worrying about things. You are so amazing. Chris Harms even knows you are. You can't get a higher compliment than that. That is true. Chris Harms is a great dude. The new Lord of the Lost album is incredible. The new sort of artistic project that they embarked on for their album was mind-blowing. This idea of like, hey, we're going to write this song. We're going to send 30 bands the instrumental and going to let them like write and record their own vocals over it and see what happens. That's bananas. And I'm so, so grateful to have been a part of that. Like, that was a lot of fun. And that was, something I did that in 24 hours. And I think it came out fantastic. So, yeah. What about the old ones? Maybe Spit It Out. I love that song when I was 13 years old. So look, some of those, Violent Emotion songs, they seem to have stuck around a bit, but we're talking about like what, 2? Spit It Out and the ones, which I think are really good in terms of concept. I think they're conceptually very, very good, but the songwriting is terrible. Like the songwriting is absolutely awful. And I think that's why whenever we try to play them live, the audience is bored out of their minds. Like those songs like work maybe like when you're listening to music at home, or I don't know, like maybe in a club, because like a longer dance mix sort of makes sense. It's like Spit It Out and the ones, those are like 6 minutes long. That's crazy. And you can see the audience's face when you play these songs. Like you can see them like trying to work it out. They're like, this isn't as good as I think that it should be. And I know why. Because the songwriting is just bad. And there's not a lot of flow there. It's very sort of like, it's not, I don't know. There's just not clean songwriting, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I probably spent like 2 years working on all of it, Violent Emotion, but I'll never do that again. Mick. Who is Mick? Oh, we've talked about Mick before. Mick. Oh God, I'm never able to pronounce his band name. Anal Nathrak. Mick Kenny. He's from Birmingham. He's a metal musician. He is fantastic. And I wrote a couple of songs with him for Into the Black. Went down to his studio in Orange County when I was still living in LA. Spent maybe 2-3 days. just cranking out songs. And sort of the result of that was Gods and Gold, If I Die, and what was the other one? There's one more. Maybe those were the only ones that made the album. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm pretty sure Mick and I wrote like 3 or 4 songs. So he's a fantastic musician. But, you know, that's the other thing is like I learned with Into the Black, like the power of collaboration, like how important it is to set your own ego aside and like let other people come into your artistic world and help you find ideas or work with ideas that you wouldn't necessarily come up with on your own. And you know, I was like, "Hey Mick, let's write like a metal riff." And he wrote the Gods and Gold riff like after he just picked up his guitar and he wrote that. It was like the first thing that came out of him. And then I was like, "That's great. Let's keep going." And then we came up with the chord progression that was the chorus. And then that's what I sort of wrote the rest of the song around. But these core elements, they were created in just like half an hour, 45 minutes. And that's really what it's about, is just kind of following your intuition as far as it'll take you. And then doing the work to make those ideas, to complete those ideas. Can you play Fuck Industrial? No, I cannot. I will get demonetized. I don't own that song. It's a pity, I know. Is that a theremin in the song, or does it just sound like one? Which song? I've actually never recorded a theremin, so I mean, I guess that's the answer. I don't actually have a theremin in any of my original recordings, but obviously Elliot played that live, and there was a ton of theremin in our live performances. Ooh, Electrohead, thank you for the Canadian bucks, the maple bucks as we call them. Obviously, I appreciate any support that you guys want to give me. That's why I enabled Super Chat. A lot of you guys asked me to enable the Super Chat, but if you want to actually get something for your money, you should join our Patreon community. I mean, if you sign up for a year, you spend like $20, you can just get an annual subscription, pay $20, forget about it for the rest of the year, and then you get all of the awesome perks like secret merchandise and access to the Throwback Thursday posts and discounts in the merch store, all of that kind of stuff, all that good stuff. I appreciate any kind of financial support, but the Patreon community really is just an amazing way to support me and actually get something in return for it. That's my spiel. That's all I got. Can I be your personal shopper? I would love to dress you. I don't know. I'm pretty picky. Ask my wife. A lot of people don't dare buy clothes from me. Is a tour coming soon? Yes, we will be touring in 2022. Obviously, I'm not going to do any shows this year because I want to finish the 12 Songs in 12 Months project. I mean, hell, just like the 3.5 weeks that I was away from here in LA was stressful enough. No way I want to add on top of that, like tour prep, being on the road, all that kind of stuff. So no, I will not be going on tour at all this year, but next year you can bet your sweet patoot I'll be back on the road. Do you ever plan on producing more songs in the Necessary Response style? I already produce tons of songs in the Necessary Response style. You could argue that Happy Face is in the Necessary Response style. You could argue that Dead Zone is in the Necessary Response style. You could argue that We Wake Up is in the Necessary Response style. You could argue that there's like one other one that I'm thinking of. I never stopped creating that kind of music. Like that kind of music still comes out of me. It just gets released as aesthetic perfection. Now, whether or not I'm going to go back to like 2005 era Future pop, probably not. But I will continue to make emotionally dynamic music that sort of like runs the gamut from happy, sad, aggressive, plaintive, all these types of things. I mean, I think since the beginning, my goal has always been to create music that sort of encompasses the entire spectrum of the human experience. That was my goal from the beginning, which is why, all those Necessary Response songs, they were meant to be on Close to Human, my debut album back in 2005. But my labels said, no, you are an aggro band. You are a heavy band. You don't get to do this. If you ever want these songs to see the light of day, you've got to create a new band. So I did it because I was young and naive and didn't know how to say no. I thought that was the right thing to do. So I did that. And it was a huge mistake because the Necessary Response album was an absolute failure. I think it would have been so much better if it had been a part of Close to Human, because that's really how I had envisioned it to be. I was on Patreon, but finances kind of suck at the moment. Look, I don't care what anybody says. Art is a luxury, okay? Like food, shelter, electricity, all of the gas for your car, like all of that kind of stuff is so much more important than supporting bands or, paying for art in general. Like, I know when this whole COVID thing hit, a lot of artists tried to take the position of, what was the word, like, not necessary. What was the way that they described, like, essential workers, right? They were like, how can you act like artists are not essential workers? Well, because without art, you don't die. Without food, you die. Without shelter, I mean, these are demonstrably different things. And I've said since the very beginning, even before COVID, it's like, I don't want anybody to support me if it puts a financial burden on them. Like, that's why my music is free. I make my music available on Spotify because I believe that it is something that everybody should be able to have access to, regardless of their income level. And that's why all of my music is pay what you want on Bandcamp, because I realize that art may not be essential, but I do believe that it is very important to our mental well-being, and I don't want to hide that behind a paywall. So it's very, very important to me that my music remain accessible to every single person. And, those who are doing well at the moment, if they want to help me continue to make more music, well then throw a few extra bucks into Bandcamp, throw a few bucks into the super chat, join my Patreon, whatever support means to you. But really, it's just important to me that you guys take care of yourselves first and then worry about me and my music later. Mara! Cat's crying. Come on, Mara! The people want to see you. All right. Who would you like to collab with next? Trent Reznor. Health got to do it. Why can't I? All right. One more question, and then we'll move on to music. All right. Because we've almost been at this for 45 minutes. Or 40 minutes, and we've had only one song. Come on, this is a party. All right. Where do you see yourself fitting into scenes and subcultures in your industrial pop era? Will you always be thought of as a goth industrial act? I have no illusions that what it is that I'm doing is not sort of widely accepted within the goth industrial scene. I know that a lot of people sort of like resent me for what it is that I'm trying to do. And I know that a lot of the sort of tastemakers, for lack of a better term, consider me quite cringe. But I try not to spend too much time thinking about that because, you know, when I was younger, there were a lot of bands that I was super jealous of, like these bands that were getting, you know, a lot of attention. It was a hot new thing. Their labels were investing tons of money into their promotional campaigns. They were getting shout outs by all the celebrities and all that kind of stuff, getting all the tours that I wanted to be on. But I'll tell you what, it's like 99% of those bands aren't around anymore. Because I don't think they had a philosophy or an intent or knew what it is that they were doing. And I make no claims to actually know what I'm doing, but I try to remain open-minded enough to read the room, so to speak. Like, keep talking about comedians in the sense where it's like, if a comedian goes on stage, even if he thinks he has the funniest jokes in the world, if he's not connecting to the audience, if he doesn't know how to read the room, he's not fucking funny. So the fact that what I'm doing is actually connecting with real people in the real world makes me feel like I am striking a chord, and it doesn't really matter if the cool kids get it. I've never been a cool kid. I've never been popular. I've never been, I don't know, never been any of those things. So I'm content just to make my art and connect with you guys, connect with the people who it actually means something to. And the rest is something that history can decide. You know, like, so many of my favorite bands were kind of like ridiculed when they were starting out, or, you know, when they were getting popular, you know, whatever. It's like critics are critics. They're a product of their time. And I think truly time is the great equalizer, and cream eventually rises to the top. Now, whether or not I'm cream or whether or not I'm spoiled milk, I got no idea. But history will tell me. In 20 years, 30 years, maybe we'll know. We'll know whether or not I did anything that mattered. But at least in the here and now, you guys appreciate what it is that I'm doing, so I'm just going to keep doing it. This creator-audience relationship is a symbiotic one, and I think that we need each other more than we realize, or maybe more than a lot of creators and audiences realize. But I'm super grateful for who I am, where I'm at, the position that I'm in, and I try not to worry about the rest. So with that said, let's listen to the song I did with Mick. Uh-oh. I'm beach balling. Ah! Here we go. All right, guys.
Gods and just ancient war, our inner conflict, the seeds of vitriol. We're taking the candles to crumble and fall. We time for a time to be something at all. It's something to hold them to love. Is there no hope? We wanna be free. We're hanging up to the family tree. I'm letting one run in the streets. Is there no hope? Oh, oh, for all our woes. Oh, oh, when we outgrow her endless war of gods and gold. Down. There is no justice. There is just rage and greed. To live with conscience is to live on your knees. The sea is the faces of price that you pay. The black is burning inside of the day. We're heading to hell in a blaze. Is there no hope? We're taking intentions and dragging them down. Loyally, royally, pay for the ground. Willfully, skillfully down. Is there no hope? Oh, oh, for all our woes. Oh, oh, when we outgrow her endless war of gods and gold. Is there no hope? Oh, oh, for all our woes. Oh, oh, when we outgrow her endless war of gods and gods and gold. Down.
Oh, look who remembered to turn mute off after the video. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Oh, I saw that Eric's in the chat. I don't know if Eric's still here, but hey, Eric, how's it going, buddy? Thank you for joining us on our lovely little online release party. All right, let's see. Do you consider yourself goth? I do, actually. You know, I was growing up back in the 90s, and it was, you know, the midst of the satanic panic. You know, everybody was seeing the devil under every bed. I was listening to music like Manson and Nine Inch Nails and trying to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be. And then I started finding other kids who wore black and liked all that same stuff, and they introduced me to, you know, Bauhaus and Alien Sex Fiend and Wumpscut and really just everything. Like, a lot of people try to find this distinction between like goth and industrial. For me, I never really found that to be useful. I do understand that there are like people in this world who are like, I like Front 242 and I have no interest in Sisters of Mercy. Okay, cool. And you've got goth people, or you've got like, we call them Bat Cave in America, actually. So the Bat Cave goths were always like, yeah, I don't dig that Front 242 shit. I like London After Midnight. Who was the really hot LA band at the time that nobody even remembers? Cinema Strange. Fuck. Cinema Strange. Oh my God. They were like you could not go to the mall without people being like, Cinema Strange. And then they played a couple of shows in Germany while I was there. And then I haven't heard the name ever since. So yeah, don't. That kind of ties back into don't worry about being cool. But I always considered myself goth. I think it's a very useful description. But I always play like fast and loose with descriptions. Anyways, like I'm not too worried about like being purely goth. So if somebody's gonna go, oh well, you call yourself goth. What was like Bauhaus's album from 1987? I'm going to be like, I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Just like, ladies and gentlemen, after nearly a year, What? After nearly an hour. What is... I can't think. I'm so jet lagged. It's like way past my bedtime. After nearly an hour, we have been blessed by the Norwegian forest cat herself, Queen Mara. Norwegian forest cat, cat from Norway moves to Austria. Norwegian forest cat. Cat from Norway moves to Austria. Ooh. Great. No joke. This is one of the best music videos ever made. That is very kind. Thank you so much. Nude Rug. Actually, my designer Sam calls the song Nude Pug. Like the dog. So it was a nude pug. I want a nude pug. August single preview. Ooh. I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. I don't think I can do that. Hold on. I don't think I can do it. No, it has to be a video, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I was this close to doing it, too. I got the masters back, and they're all uploaded. It's a good song. It's a fun song. I like it very much. Oh, that is horrifying. Do I look crazy when I just pet my cat and make the terrible face? All right, so what should we listen to next? What was your inspiration for The Little Death? The Little Death was... All Beauty Destroyed was an album that I wrote trying to sort of make sense of all of my sort of internal battles, like all the real like negativity that goes on inside myself. It was really like a deep dive into those things, and I felt like almost like, how to say this in a way that doesn't sound terrible. Jeffrey Dahmer would like cuddle with his victims after he took their lives, and he said it was because he was afraid of being alone. And this resonated with me a lot. And I could understand maybe on a level that even I didn't want to actually admit, like this way of thinking of like, I have to do whatever is necessary to keep people from leaving me. And I have a lot of abandonment issues, and, you know, I was abandoned by a lot of people in my life. So I could really understand this idea of like feeling like you need to almost kill somebody to keep them from leaving you. And it wasn't even necessarily in like a relationship sense. It's like I've been abandoned by my father, you know, other members of my family. It was really very like deep in there, this abandonment complex. And so I decided to write this song about trying to prevent the people that you care about from leaving you in the most awful way possible. And to this mechanical beat, sort of singing about trying to regain your humanity. I don't know. You know, I'm also a bit strange in the sense that I don't experience empathy, right? Like I don't feel it at all. The only sort of things that I understand are fairness, and unfairness. Those are like the things that matter the most to me. And that's also sort of reflected in that. Like, I think a lot of my music is, reflects that desire that I have to be more human, right? To have these sort of like emotions that you're told that you're supposed to have. So that's the answer to that. I can't play Big Bad Wolf. I don't own it. I'll get flagged. The last couple of live streams, like parties that we did, I played songs that I don't own, and it was a problem. So, sorry guys. Only stuff that's 2016 and later. Hey, justice and fairness are very grand emotions, but are those emotions or are they concepts? Like, the things that get an emotional reaction out of me are fairness, right? So, I don't know if I want to go down this road. This is a dark road to go down. Let's put it this way. When something bad happens, I'm always like, well, tell me the circumstances so I can decide whether or not, like, this person deserved it. And, you know, I think about this with myself too. And so when I feel in some way that like justice has been served, then I feel nothing. Or like maybe I feel joy. And when I feel like there is injustice, I get very, very angry. And these are the things that really sort of draw the most emotional reactions out of me. But everything else is just kind of like, yes, I understand what you're saying. I understand that you have an emotional reaction to this. I cannot share it. Whoa. But I also think that it's possible that the music reflects maybe emotions that I'm not even conscious of. I think that's another like really sort of important thing to point out. most artists don't know what it is that they're doing. It's all just sort of like chaos. And I've always described like stumbling upon an idea that works, like falling in love, right? You know, you fall in love with somebody and you have this, there's the weight on your chest, right? There's the ooh, and you just kind of make this motion. So when I'm creating something and I like it, I'm almost falling in love with it. And that's how I know that something is right. But I don't know why something is right. I don't know why I'm falling in love with that thing, just like we often don't know why we're falling in love with the person that we're falling in love with. It's only sort of like after the fact that we come up with those post hoc rationalizations for like why we love this person or this thing or whatever. I think our subconscious minds are mostly a mystery to all of us. And that's usually where the best art comes from, is out of your subconscious. You have no fucking idea what you're doing. All right. Why do you not own certain songs? Because I've had record labels in the past, and those people still control all those songs. See how bad record labels are? They're not good. All right. Somebody said, let's hear Happy Face. So let's hear Happy Face after talking about these very, very happy subjects.
Guess what? I'm fucked, living my life like I know what's up. It's straight up, made up, facade is about to fall. Serotonin, hit me out cause I'm feeling nothing. Can't stop till I drop, I know I'm killing myself tonight. So I put on a happy face, I tell the world I'm okay. So I put on a happy face, this sugar is saccharine. So I put on a happy face, I smile a lot through my day. So I put on a happy face, cause no one likes misery.
And so it goes, a happier time all around.
Gone on too long, figure my way till I hit the top. Oh, it's gone all wrong, why don't I stop the fall? Serotonin, hit me out cause I'm feeling nothing. Can't stop till I drop, I know I'm killing myself tonight. So I put on a happy face, I tell the world I'm okay. So I put on a happy face, this sugar is saccharine. So I put on a happy face, I smile a lot through my day. So I put on a happy face, cause no one likes misery. So I put on a happy face, tell the world I'm okay. I put on a happy face, cause no one likes misery. So put on a happy face, I tell the world I'm okay. So I put on a happy face, this sugar is saccharine. So I put on a happy face, I smile a lot through my day. So I put on a happy face, cause no one likes misery.
Cat's still here. I'm still here. Wearing my happy face. The summer hit of 2021 from an industrial band. I don't know what I was thinking making that. The idea just popped into my head. I was like, look, if motherfucking Harry Styles can make a summer hit, I can make a summer hit too. I like summer hits. They're fun. Disturbing the cat. All right. You're good. You're good. Go back to sleep. It's fine. Yes, not muted. I know. I remember. I remembered. See, look, you can teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm an old dog, and this is my little cat. All right. We got like 15 minutes left here. So let me know what rabbit hole you want to go down. These parties are supposed to be happy, and now we're just sitting here talking about dark stuff. Not good. Please play Dark Ages. I don't have a video for it. Unfortunately. Chaos is the beginning of creation of everything. That's true. I used to try to control the chaos. I think really what this project has taught me is that I need to not try to control anything at all. Just let the chaos happen. Let these songs just be created and get out of the way. A new drug, it's so short. It's a song for 5 minutes. That's why you can listen to it twice. Then it's 5 minutes long. Gibt es ein Lied für deine Freundin? Sie ist eigentlich meine Frau. Und ich habe das Lied Vapor für sie geschrieben in 2007. Ja, ich habe das eigentlich beim WGT 2013 oder 14 erwähnt auf der Bühne. Ja, wir haben in Agra gespielt und wir haben das Lied gespielt. Es war nur ich und Elliot. Ich glaube, dass das 2013 war. I tell the world I'm okay. Oh, yes. What about Supernatural? I think we can do Supernatural. I think that works. You're German. Yeah, my German has gotten, I don't know, I feel like it's better since I've been back from LA. I had this sort of like epiphany while I was in LA. I was like, I'm really sick of Germans being mean to me. So I'm just going to stop caring. I'm just going to butcher their language. Like every time I like open my mouth, somebody's got some fucking thing to say, and I just have decided that I'm over it. It used to like I carried so much shame over my German, and I was just like, I need to let it go, because I actually don't think that my German has gotten better. I think that I've just let go. Let it go. Let it go. You should invite Villavalo to collaborate on a single. Okay, sure. Give me his email address and I'll send him a message. Play Cellar Sessions. Unfortunately, those are cover versions. I don't own those songs. I cannot play them either. When you do tours again, do you plan on playing any of these new singles? Yes, absolutely. I think it's really important to play like a mix of like new songs and old hits. Like a lot of it's weird. Like a lot of bands get this like weird complex where they're just like, I'm going to play whatever I want. And if the crowd doesn't like it, well then fuck them. That's kind of like doing the comedian thing. You are literally there to entertain an audience. So what you should do is play songs that entertain them. Now, I've long maintained that it's, of course, important to challenge your audience. It's important to challenge your audience, give them new things. Like, you know, like when you're creating something, like you have to know to read the room, but you also have to know when to tell the room, fuck you, you're going to hear this joke or hear this song or whatever. So it really is a tightrope act, but you can't like be on one side or the other or else you fall. So I will absolutely be playing these songs live. I'm not going to play all 12, obviously, because I refuse to play any longer than 75 minutes. No matter what, I will never, ever, 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 ever play a song, play a show more than 75 minutes. Because fuck that. It's just like the worst thing ever when bands overstay their welcome. It's like, hey, we're on our third encore and it's 3 hours in, so everybody who's been on their feet for 3 hours, just tolerate us a little bit longer. It's like, ugh, no. You don't want the audience sitting there like looking at their watches being like, when can we go home? And when you're on like your encore and you start seeing like people trickle out the back, you know it's time to fuck off. Like you want your show, you want to walk off stage having everybody being like, that was awesome. I wish they'd played just like a little bit longer, because then they'll come back for the next one. Supernatural or Love Like Lies. Dein Deutsch ist ja sowas von gut. Ein Naturtalent. Das stimmt eigentlich nicht. Ich habe mir sehr viel Mühe gegeben, Deutsch zu lernen, weil, wie soll ich das sagen? Ich habe jahrelang in Berlin und in Salzburg gewohnt und ich habe versucht, Deutsch auf der Straße zu lernen. Und das geht einfach nicht. Ich meine, du kannst die Leute verstehen, wenn sie reden. Du kannst Bücher lesen und das verstehen. Aber wenn du deine eigenen Sätze bilden möchtest, es geht nicht. Du hast die Ressourcen nicht, die Sätze zu bilden. Und deswegen habe ich beschlossen, als ich wieder nach Österreich umgezogen bin, dass ich mir wirklich viel Mühe geben werde? Fucking Zukunft. In Deutsch, oh fuck, it all fell apart. I was so close, I was on a roll. Ich möchte fließendes Deutsch sprechen. Das ist mein Ziel. Und ich bin kein Naturtalent. Es ist nur harte Arbeit. Es ist nur harte Arbeit. All right. Werder, yeah, god damn it. It's always, the Werder and the Weird. Werder ist richtig, ja. Yeah. Das hätte ich wissen sollen. Vielleicht nächstes Mal werde ich diesen Satz ohne Fehler sagen. Sprechen. Aussagen. Ah, it's all falling apart. See, I was on a roll. All right, I'm done. All right. Here we go.
I am weary. I can't sleep. and sages. Is no one gonna save us? We're all alone. I prayed for something. Yes, I ever was just a dream, and the devil's fantasy. But I want you to believe. Are we gonna survive fall? We're just human after all. We're not supernatural. Where's the meaning? Where's the soul? Who is easing the unknown? We tear ourselves to pieces through our leaves, through politics and revenge. Candy and cheese. We all attempt to cheat death, and yet we bleed. Oh, my faith means nothing. Yes, I ever was just a dream, and the devil's fantasy. But I want you to believe. Are we gonna survive fall? We're just human after all. We're not supernatural. I go down on my knees. I'm begging for release. Want someone answer me? The silence from above is proof the prophet's false. Salvation's up to us. Yeah. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Yes, I ever was just a dream, and the devil's fantasy. But I want you to believe. Are we gonna survive fall? We're just human after all. We're not supernatural. No, no, no. No, no, no.
All right. I had to take my jacket off. It was getting so hot in here. Woo! Cat's still here. I'm still here. Everybody's still here. I like it. All right. Let's have a see. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even try to like read that Berlin dial. Oh, is this backwards? No. Good. I can't even begin to try and read that Berlin dialect. I'm watching this show called Charité right now, and it's like, you know, sort of a period piece about the Charité Hospital in Berlin. And, you know, every season is really cool because it goes through like different eras. So season 1 is in like 1880 or something like that with the guy who discovered bacteria, what's his name? Robert Koch. And then the second season was, no, I definitely don't remember that doctor's name. But it was during the end of World War II. And then the third season, I haven't watched it yet, and that's in 1960s. And they speak hardcore Berlin dialect, and I have to watch it like with German subtitles. I watch everything with German subtitles. just because the way people talk, like sometimes it's not very deutlich, right? So that's been a very, very difficult thing for me, but still keep on keeping on, doing my best. I'll get this language someday. Is there a remix of a new drug? No, I decided that I would not source any remixes for this song because it's a club song, right? Like I felt like there was no need for a club, and a different like club version from somebody else. But I do have some ideas for an alternate version of the song. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll make it onto the, like the full length that comes out at the end of the year. We'll see. I wish I had a feeling for style like you do. I really don't have a feeling for style. Like, I usually I look ridiculous. I look like a tomato. It's fine. Just do it. Wear whatever the hell you want. Like, I go to the store and I buy like the most ridiculous stuff just because I'm like, I don't know, whatever. I want to look like a fucking tomato. I don't care. Ooh, is it true that you shot a music video recently? I'm not telling. I will not let you know what I've been doing in secret. Maybe I'll tell the patrons. What is this show called again? It's called Charité. It's on Netflix. It's also on Netflix in America, and there's subtitles, so you can watch it in English. I highly recommend watching it in the original German, though. Please do not watch dub stuff. I'm so against dubbed programming. I think it is the worst fucking thing on earth. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. Even like oh my god, like everything is dubbed here, and it is torture. It is like torture to watch like movies like with Bruce Willis talking the way like nobody who speaks German talks like this stuff. Talks like these people in these movies or TV shows. It's like, because they try to copy like the tonality and the rhythm and the flow of all these like American actors, and it's a disaster. But the German there's the show Dark on Netflix that I absolutely love. It's a German production, and then they like dubbed it into English, and it's such trash. It's so bad. So I highly recommend watching Dark. Watch it in the original German. Just watch it with, subtitles of whatever your language is. Just stay away from dubbing. I hate it. Yes, tell us on Patreon. Another reason people should join if they can. Well, if you're on Patreon, then you already know what I've been doing behind the scenes. I posted a picture of what I did last week right on the timeline there. Y'all know what I did. And I looked good because I didn't do my own makeup. Ooh, you want to hear Gravity? All right, tell you what, we'll listen to Gravity, and then we'll talk for... Oh, man, I should go to bed. I'm so tired. I'm so jet-lagged. Motherfucker. Oh, I can find it. I can't find it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
choose. You know I love it, yes. You know I wanna choose. You know I love it, yes. You know I want it. To love it, to want it, to love it, to know. To love it, to want it, to love it, to know.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I was just lovingly staring into my cat's eyes. All right. Guys, I think that I have hit my limit. I am jet lagged. I have got to go to bed. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of this 12 Songs in 12 Months project. Thank you for downloading, listening, sharing, doing whatever it is that you do to support my work. Mara appreciates it too, of course. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Keep sharing. Keep spreading the word about a new drug. We're going to go out on it. Cat's going to bite me. That's how we're going to do it. Guys, thank you so much. If I can find it. There we go. All right. Here it is for one last time. Y'all take care. It's a new drug.
Yeah, I want a new drug.